And just like that, Black History Month is over. The black tea is hot. Let's get into it. Well, you know, we only get 28 days in the month of February. That's why they gave it to us. No, I'm kidding. Welcome back to my channel. It is Sky Bobby, and you're listening to my podcast. And if you're watching on my YouTube channel, welcome. Let's get into this. So, did you guys watch the State of the Union last night? I did. It was more like State of the World. The world is, we're in danger. I mean, I think we are in World War III as we know it. The Cold War is back. You know, Russia has invaded Ukraine, and he's not backing up. He's activated his nuclear system. Now, that's when you know things are serious. That's when I'm woke right now, that we could be in a nuclear war, and if they shoot theirs, we got to shoot ours, and mankind is gone. So pay attention, folks, because the black tea is hot. Wow. It's also the month of March. It is Women History Month. And speaking of history, it was a beautiful thing to see Kamala Harris, the the Vice President of the United States, and Nancy Pelosi, the Speaker of the House, sitting behind the President of the United States, Joe Biden. That is history in the making, seeing two women behind the President of the United States in my lifetime. And I must say, Kamala, you kind of disappoint me with the brown suit and the brown hair sitting in a brown chair. No accoutrement, no jewelry, no nothing. Nancy, you look pretty good, girl. You had her age-appropriate pearls. She had a nice little blue suit on. And she was giving me all the thrills of her just being so excited. Just there's a scene where she's just clutching her hands and so excited about what Joe's going to talk about. And I was just here for it. But yeah, it's just sad times right now. And America, you in danger, girl. So let's get this fixed. Being that it's the new month, I thought I'd start a new series. And the new series is, drum roll, Same Sex in the City. I thought I'd talk about LGBTQ and others' rights and how far we've come. I'm a gay black man, in case you can't see me. Do you think it's easier now in 2022 to come out of the closet? How far we've come with rights? We can get married as a gay couple. You can apply for a job and be gay. I remember that. You had to be in the closet, just the fact that you might lose your job if people knew that you were gay. I still remember the first person I told I was gay. It was my grandmother, of all people, an older generation person who lived in the South, very church lady, but I was living with my grandmother at the time, and I felt like I can tell her anything. Surely I can tell her I was gay. And I kind of ambushed her by bringing over a guy that I was dating. He happens to be white. And I brought him over. We spent the day together having a great time. I noticed my grandmother wasn't as comfortable as she normally has been. And so I just blurted out that, Grandma, I'm gay, and this is the guy I'm dating. She's like, oh, baby, I knew you was gay. That's nice. That's nice and everything and all that. And I remember when my friend had left and it was just me and my grandmother talking, and I was like, well, what do you feel about it? You didn't really talk about it, anything like that. And she's like, baby, I knew he was gay, but he's white. She was more concerned about the color of his skin. She always thought I would date a black girl or a black guy, if anything. But it was kind of interesting that she was more concerned about the race than my homosexuality. And that gave me strength. I felt like if I can tell my grandmother, an older generation, that I was gay, that I can tell my parents, I can tell my friends. And as time went by, as the months went by, I started telling more and more people when I felt more comfortable. I still was uncomfortable of myself, telling myself that I was gay, that I finally told myself that I am gay. I was still in the closet. I finally came out of the closet. And it was scary times at the times. It was 1987. Oh my God, I'm an old queen. And it was right in the heart of the AIDS and HIV epidemic. And at that time, it was called a gay disease. At that time, you thought just being gay, somehow you would catch this disease just by kissing a guy, you would catch the HIV. No one knew, just like the variant we have now, coronavirus, that we don't know where it came from or how it came, but you can catch it just that easy. So you were afraid, or I was afraid to do anything with the feeling that I would catch it. Thankfully, I haven't, but it was the fear back then. It wasn't really national attention until I think when Magic Johnson announced that he had HIV, that anybody can catch HIV and eventually AIDS. You could be a woman, you could be a man, you could be gay, you could be straight. That it's a disease that does not discriminate, and you should really protect yourself. And I think one of the things that saved me was that the education of putting on a condom and making sure that you are aware that it's around. But the prejudice and the stigma that around HIV was crazy. I remember working at my airlines the first year I was working on the ground, and I remember I would come to work and the colleague next to you would be gone. And you would say, "What happened to that guy?" "Oh, he got that disease," and be dead. And it was crazy because in San Francisco, it's a sanctuary city. It's a city back then when a lot of people from the Midwest and South would come for freedom to San Francisco because we had a neighborhood called the Castro where you could be as gay as you want to be. And so that attracted a lot of people to come to San Francisco and eventually live in the Castro. But one of the sad times I remember was going to a lot of funerals. People were dying every single day. And a lot of those people did not have family in San Francisco because they came from other cities or they were disowned by their families. And one of the things we would do is to support our community was to go to some of the people's services so they can just have representation and feel that they were loved. That was scary times, let me tell you. But it is now 2022, and my question to you guys out there is it just as hard to come out of the closet? I know I have a friend who actually is still in the closet. His mother does not know he is gay, and this man is in his 40s. So is it still hard with all the rights and everything to come out of the closet and how far we've come? For myself, I still feel uncomfortable in certain situations and areas being a gay man, even in today that I'm married to one. It's a feeling that I think we put on ourselves, even when we're out in public and holding hands. I still look around and wondering what the people are thinking. I shouldn't have to, but that's just the way I think a lot of us feel. Um, and we have a long ways to go, but I think we've come a long ways. I never thought in my lifetime I would marry the man of my dreams, that I married my husband, and that I would have a full on wedding. I had a wedding in the Castro, a big old wedding in the Castro Theater. If you want to check it out on my YouTube channel. But here I am as a gay out black man. That is going to be my series, Same Sex in the City. I'll be talking about LGBTQ community rights and a little bit of my life and letting you in my life for a change. If you definitely like what you see in here, make sure you subscribe on my YouTube channel and make sure you download my podcast wherever podcast is streamed. The black tea is hot. Thanks for watching. Bye, girl. Bye.